On September 12th, Jamie Dimon says Bitcoin is a fraud. He says he'll fire any one of his traders buying Bitcoin. Bitcoin drops 24%. When Jamie Dimon speaks, people listen. So that weekend, we found out that the largest buyer of a Bitcoin fund that's in Europe that buys physical Bitcoin, right? The largest buyer was Morgan Stanley and Jpmorgan.
Going to a different economy, and we're going to be learning more about that as we go. But clearly, we're learning that things can be done from remote locations. We're learning that technology can replace people even more than we thought.
We're not going back to the same economy. We're recovering, but to a different economy, and it'll be one that is more leveraged to technology. And I worry that that is going to make it even more difficult than it was for many workers.
In Silicon Valley, and my friends who work in technology know that what we did to the manufacturing workers, we are now going to do to the retail workers, the call center workers, the fast food workers, the truck drivers, and then even bookkeepers, accountants, insurance agents, lawyers, and on through the economy. So what happened to the manufacturing workers is a very clear sign.
And so we'll import Chinese-based CBDC technology. So it's going to be CBDC in a box provided to you by the People's Bank of China.
But every stock, every bond, every currency, every commodity, every piece of art, every private business, every piece of real estate will eventually be a token on a blockchain, an entry on a ledger, permanent and immutable. We will have truth instead of trust, and we will save over $7 trillion a year. 6 to 8% of global GDP is wasted by the friction of the trust industry that's necessary when you have dual entry accounting. With triple entry accounting, which is what a blockchain is, we get rid of all of that friction. It's a beautiful future.
Like what you see in China and their social credit scoring systems, right? If we get identity wrong, it could be a tool to enslave humanity. And if we get it right, it could be a tool to liberate humanity. And as an American, I'm obviously rooting for the one that's on the side of freedom.
Bitcoin is an international asset. And also, I do believe the role of crypto is it's digitizing gold.
I actually believe this technology is going to be very important. Look at it. We have been part of the huge revolution in investing through ETFs. We believe that ETFs will be changing the whole way we invest. Many people still use it as a means, people are investing it for indexing. No, the majority of people who are putting money in in ETFs are active investors that are buying exposure. The entire bond market is being transformed as we talk right now. I believe the next generation for markets, the next generation for securities will be tokenization of securities. And if we can have that distributed ledger that we know every beneficial owner, every beneficial seller, we all have our code of who's buying, who's selling, instantaneous settlement. And think about it, it changes the whole ecosystem.
Chinese bank ICBC has been hit by a ransomware attack, and the U.S. Treasury market, as a result of that, has been disrupted. This, according to the Financial Times. We're getting at more right now with Bloomberg's Shonali Bassick. Shonali, what do we know?
Listen, we have the Financial Times now reporting that ICBC, one of China's largest banks here, was hit with a ransomware attack. And remember, they're a very significant intermediary in the Treasury market. The SIFMA has told its members that this has been part of the reason here that the system is kind of clogged up, if you will, during that auction that we saw a little bit before. The attack had prevented ICBC, according to the Financial Times, from settling Treasury trades on behalf of other market participants. A large executive at a major bank also telling the paper that such a large party on the fixed income clearing corp creates major concerns, potentially impacting the liquidity of Treasury markets.
Now, it was not just a poor auction. It was absolutely lousy, and when the dealers have to step in to save a treasury auction, that's a rare occurrence.
Welcome to the Crypto Teacher. And guys, please like and subscribe if you do like what you're listening to. Please inform your friends and family and spread all over social media. It is imperative that we get back to learning finances and understand how the world really works, because once we understand how the world really works, we understand that it is all planned out. Now, I want to thank those who purchased the NWO book and the Cryptoteacher book. The NWO book shows you how the world really works, and especially in the times that we're in right now, it's definitely time for you to wake up out of that sleep. And in 2025, the NWO is going to turn on that alarm clock. It's up to you whether you wake up or not, whether you're going to hit that snooze button. Remember, my people perish from the lack of knowledge because they reject it. And guys, we're going to see stablecoin regulation, which is the foundation of this new digital economy, and it sets up down the road 2028, 2029 for that free money. And then also, of course, in the first quarter of 2025, we always get a correction. But we have trillions of dollars sitting on the sideline in money market accounts. And then plus, we know the Fed is going to cut rates. Not a lot this year, but they're definitely going to cut rates. So I see us getting a correction and then moving back up. And then we have the two powerhouses, China and the U.S., will step up these tariffs on each other. And of course, guys, that's going to hit certain parts of the market. But then we also have the hacks. We have the Birdman. We have the drums are beaten, and more movies to come, as we can see. And inflation is going to stay sticky, and layoffs are going to step up while they move in all this automation. And remember, the Cryptoteacher told you. And also, guys, I want to thank those who purchased the 3 kids books. It's time to re-educate. Also, much love to those who donate to the Cash App, Patreon. Much love. Keep it coming. Guys, if you're not a part of the Patreon, make sure you're donating to the channel through the actual Cash App. But guys, this next Bitcoin and crypto bull run is going to be a utility run. So you want to make sure you have the cryptos that have real utility. And much love to those who are shopping at both stores. Keep it coming. And of course, guys, we get into Bitcoin and cryptos first.
Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel.
And right now we have Bitcoin flat, but we do have a lot of altcoins moving up. And also, as I'm doing this video, we have stocks up, and we know stocks should be plummeting. Yield rates should be rising, but they're not. And we finally had Jerome Powell admit they manipulate yields. And remember, the Cryptoteacher told you. Now, guys, make sure you're paying attention to the actual indicators. We have yield rates right now down, but we know they should be moving up. And we have the dollar down. And we know if yield rates are down, dollar is down, that is great for markets. And then we have volume and crypto up. We have Tether and USDC. And then we have the Fed. Repo at $67 billion yesterday. Yes, guys, you heard that correct. And Jerome Powell also talked about the repo like he was talking about the balance sheet, but we know he wasn't. I explained that in the video yesterday when he stated they're selling off yields. He's talking about the repo, which has come down over $2 trillion. Our balance sheet is still almost $7 trillion. You have to understand what he's talking about. But the fact is, the reason why they could do all these measures came from the 2008 crisis, because remember, they set up emergency measures. If anybody loves to do any research, please research that and send it back to me. When I went back to go look, I can't find it. But the emergency measures that they took during the C word was written back during the crisis. So that's how they was able to keep everything afloat, even though it should be against every law there is. But again, if you find that, send it to me. And then we have the PPI today, again, comes in hot. And we know inflation right now is nothing but corporate greed. But we know the Fed wants to keep rates high for longer to destroy this legacy market so Trump can build this fourth industrial revolution. And it is a master plan. And they are moving fast forward. And remember, the Cryptoteacher told you. Now we have the Bitcoin, Ethereum, Spot ETFs, BlackRock, Fidelity, and Grayscale Bitcoin and Ethereum spot ETFs right now, as I'm doing this video, are down. But we have 3 consecutive trading days of outflows when it comes to the Bitcoin ETFs. And what do I tell you guys? Make sure you're watching the inflows and outflows. But as we can see, Bitcoin is still maintaining its price because we still have a lot of corporations that are buying Bitcoin. And Bitcoin has not been as volatile. But if Trump keeps tacking on these tariffs and yield rates keep moving up, the Bitcoin and crypto market is about to be very, very volatile, right along with the stock market. And remember, the crypto teacher told you. Now we have the CBOE BZX exchange files proposed change to allow staking for 21 shares Ethereum ETF. And me personally, I don't see that happening until we get some type of regulation rules. Because remember, staking is definitely a security. Now, getting over into a little crypto news, we have Deutsche Bank-backed tourists add Solana to its digital asset custody and tokenization services. And never forget, when FTX went down, Solana was supposed to be dead. And we see the project definitely pushing mass adoption when it comes to these meme coins. Now we have Coinbase is set to launch Pengu and Bobcat for spot trading February 13th. If you're a part of my Patrons, you know I gave you a heads up. Now we have tokenization platform Midas expands yield burn tokens with DeFi fund linked offering. And guys, we know DeFi is definitely the new banking. And stable coins are the foundation of this economy. You're getting yields on these stable coins, and then plus, of course, they're buying treasuries, and this keeps the Fed in control of the money supply. They don't need a CBDC. Remember, guys, a CBDC is nothing but a stable coin. These treasuries allow the Fed to stay in control of this whole system. And remember, the crypto teacher told you. Now we have Ethereum Foundation Treasury deploys 45,000 ETH across Spark, Aave Prime, Aave Core, and Compound. And again, DeFi is definitely the new banking. They're going to be making millions. And remember, the crypto teacher told you. Now we have Coinbase Derivatives is set to launch Solana and HBAR futures. And we see Coinbase ramping up its derivatives trading, fairly new, only a year old. I think the international one is like 2 years old. But futures are going to bring in more volatility. And we also know they're cashing out. And remember, the crypto teacher told you. And we have President Trump says the big one is today, bringing in more tariffs at 1 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, and the markets are not even reacting. That's how we know it's all manipulation. After what Jerome Powell stated yesterday, the market should definitely be tanking. He says they're not ready to cut any rates, but then on top of it, we have Trump adding more tariffs. Remember, your life is an illusion, and TV is your reality. And lastly, we have Jpmorgan says Tether may need to sell their Bitcoin to comply with proposed U.S. stablecoin rules. And they're basically saying sell Bitcoin to buy more U.S. treasuries. And I don't see Tether complying with U.S. rules anyway. That's the reason why they moved to El Salvador. But I can see Tether helping out the Fed when it comes to circulating these stable coins for the emerging markets, South America, the Middle East. So therefore, the tokenized dollar maintains power. And remember, the crypto teacher told you, because he knows when it comes to the NWO, it's all planned out. But that's all I have for you. Don't forget about the books. Crypto Teacher and the New World Order book, plus the 3 kids books. It's time to re-educate. Also, new to cryptos, Coinbase, Bitrue, Binance. Do not forget book links and crypto links are in the description. The stock channel, guys. Don't forget to go like, subscribe, spread everywhere. You have your Kobo, your chip stocks, your banking, your gaming. While everybody's sitting at home, get home stocks, the Seaver, the biotech stocks. And while everybody's at home wishing they were still getting that free money, what are they doing? Drinking and smoking weed. Don't forget about those stocks, and you have a wonderful day. The most powerful person in the world is the storyteller. The storyteller sets the vision, values, and agenda of an entire generation to come. Steve Jobs. And guys, you know I truly believe in this. When you look at the New World Order, they're the storytellers. And that's the reason why I wrote my New World Order book. But guys, now it's time to change the current generation. And I wrote 3 kids books. You know I love the Trinity because I understand the power that's in it. So I have 3 books. We have an opportunity to change the generation, to educate, not just me, but I want to show you that I take action on a daily basis. And I want you to take action on a daily basis. Whether it's your job, whether it's in your community, we have an opportunity right now to educate the masses. I posted this on my Twitter account. Please share, but this is a short clip of the 3 books. There's going to be a clothing line and action figures. Please get these books for your kids, nephews, cousins, friends, so therefore we can start the re-education now. Because as we see, the 4th Industrial Revolution foundation is definitely here. Robots, algorithms, drones, taking humanity out the picture. We have to re-educate. But let's get into the video.
Part 1. King Joshua and Grandma Tam save the village. Part 2. King Joshua and Grandma Tam save New York from COVID Stories 3. Part 3. King Joshua and Grandma Tam goes to China.
It's mandatory to get part 1, part 2, and part 3 of this series. It's time to re-educate Generation Z.